Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to
Hi, everyone.
the reality show girls
Welcome back, everyone.
with our special guest Lulu.
And guys, just so you know, Lulu's going to be 2 years old come Sunday.
Happy birthday, Lulu.
Happy birthday, Lulu.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm in a slick back bun.
Okay. Cool. What?
Yes, it's been a long week and it's just, what day is it? Thursday. We've had a lot of TV to watch in kind of a short amount of time.
It's been a lot. There's been a lot happening.
It's been a lot happening.
It was a 2-night event for The Bachelor.
2-night event.
We had to catch up on Love is Blind UK, get through the finale and the reunion.
I didn't even know that there was going to be a reunion, if you want me. I mean,
Yeah,
I
wasn't
assumed.
sure if it was going to, so I'm glad there was. But
yeah, I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. A little closure, I
Mhm.
suppose. Didn't love
Mhm.
the episode, but we'll get into that later. Yeah, the two-parter, man, I love the Men Tell All. I love the Men Tell All. The Men Tell All is like one of my favorite things about The Bachelor.
Really?
The Bachelor and Bachelorette. Yeah, it's just like one of my favorite.
Yeah.
It's like, it's finally to the point where we can like talk about things, and I know it's not completely live, but at least they film it like a week ago or something like that.
Mhm.
Whereas like the things that we're watching now, I just think to myself, like, this stuff is so irrelevant to these people now that this happened to them like so long ago.
True. Yeah.
That's the one thing I kind of like hate about like how they do the filming process, and it's so different from Love Island.
Live. I mean, not live. It's
Yeah.
like a few days behind.
I mean, but still, it's
Yeah,
like it's
that's
happening.
so much more fresh than
Yeah,
what's
so-
filmed like a year ago for Love is Blind. They
No,
took
exactly.
forever.
So I'm just like, at least it's kind of a little more relevant. So
Mhm.
that's why I kind of like it. It's like we're caught up, we're all back together. It's like a
Mhm.
reunion for them. So they're all like, and you see their
You always see
reactions.
the reactions and like their glow ups, like
Yes.
post show,
Yeah, or
That is
their
fun. glow downs.
glow downs. I don't
Their
retraction.
glow, their dim, their I can't say it.
Their
but
light has been dimmed.
The glow has faded.
Cap.
Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna talk all about Love is Blind, kind of from where we left off, which was like episode 6 to the end. But
Yeah.
we'll probably just talk about like each couple, are they together or not, and like kind of what led up to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
demise or happiness of their relationships.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna talk about Bachelor, Fantasy Suites, and Men Tell All. And there's also a lot of Bachelor drama going on too.
Yeah, there's a lot of Bachelor drama.
And also I did watch It Ends With Us. So we could just do a little blurb about that as well.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like that movie was,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was a couple weeks ago that I saw it. I didn't hate it as much as I thought I was going to. I thought going into it, I thought I wasn't gonna like it as much, but it ended up being a pretty good movie.
I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah.
I definitely cringed for some things for like the first 30 minutes. I do think that Blake Lively is trying too hard to be like her husband and trying to be like funny. And I don't know if that's, I don't know. I'm wondering like what scene did Ryan Reynolds rewrite or whatever. And I'm like, is it that opening scene where they first met? Because it was giving. She's like doing these jokey joke things. And I'm just like, girl,
Yeah.
you're not meant to be a jokester. I'll say it.
I also
You're just meant to
heard
be cool, mean girl,
Yeah.
like gossip girly. You know?
she'll always have the Serena Vanderwoodson whatever
She
in
will.
her.
Yeah, but
So-
the thing is, like, she's just being Blake. She's not being a character.
Blake
most
plays the
times.
same person every
Yeah.
single time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's hard because Blake now has so much hate now, and
Yeah.
she's just being kind of exposed for what she always was. I guess.
Mhm.
But I will say I did read this thing where, she decided the music
Mhm.
and the wardrobe,
Mhm.
and I will say the two things that didn't make sense in the movie were the music and the wardrobe. The wardrobe, the design of the flower shop was just nothing I imagined.
That flower shop was wild. That was like, you know,
That was like goth
but
flower. It
you know when
literally
you
is
find-
bright and shiny.
it was giving like those boutiques that you find that like sell home goods. But it's like home goods on crack. Do you know what I mean?
It was like gaudy and just like very like statuesque. I don't know how to describe it. It was just like weird.
I mean,
yes,
yeah,
it was
they're-
like the home. Yeah,
the
it
home
was
goods
li-
section just like
but like
piled in
amplified.
like as if the entire store that's like however many square feet was brought down to like 100 square feet.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I definitely felt that same way. The only thing that I was like, okay, that's kind of low key how I imagine it, was Atlas's apartment or
really?
house. I saw it and I was just like,
it was so nice.
Why did it was a little bit nicer in my head.
I was imagining like a house.
I was imagining like a low key, like it had like that woodsy aspect to it.
I was imagining like a farmhouse type vibe.
Oh, okay.
But like dark wood farmhouse.
So it was just like a ritzier version of what I had in my head.
I mean, I liked it. I liked Atlas. I'll say it.
Yeah, you know, I am obsessed with Justin Baldoni.
I mean, Justin Baldoni is a beautiful man. He is a beautiful man. I
genuinely, like, every time he got on the screen, I was like that really annoying person, but I just couldn't contain myself. It's every time I see Jesse Palmer on the screen. Oh my God, you take my breath away.
Take my breath away.
Can you keep up? What?
Oh.
No, what's that?
Lose my breath? Two different takes.
Can you lose my breath?
But I just need to talk about back to the wardrobe. Blake, the part that really just got me is like Blake and Justin are like finally like not hooking up, but like making out in his room or whatever. And then she's like, okay, we're not going to do anything. And he's like, she's like, can I borrow a pair of pajamas? And she's wearing like this, first of all, the original outfit was insane.
She looked horrible.
Horrible. Cause like, she had this dress on with like fishnet tights on, then these like knee-high like skin tight rhinestone boots.
She never
and
took
she had
the tights off.
That, but I just going back when she got to the party, she's wearing that stupid camo jacket that was so out of place with this nice outfit. I was like, girl, what's happening? And then so she goes to put the pajamas on and she doesn't take off the fishnets. So he just puts these pajama pants on top of fishnets. Who's going to bed with fishnets on?
That was
unless
so
you were
unrelatable.
Drunk on New Year's Eve.
I was literally like, that shit is so unrelatable. I couldn't even. I think all the girls audibly were like,
rip these things off of me.
I wouldn't even put them on in the first place. Unless I was getting paid for a show that required fishnets.
Exactly.
Like there is a specific, there is no reason.
Unless it's Halloween.
Unless it's Halloween. I'm getting paid. Or you're getting paid.
It was wild.
Like, why are you wearing that to that party? Yeah. I didn't love how we didn't get a huge Marshall and what's the sister's name? Oh my God.
Marshall?
Alyssa.
Is that the sister's husband?
Yeah.
What about?
Oh, I just felt like they weren't as present as I wanted them to be in the movie. But I guess like for the circumstances of the movie, it has to be cut down. Also, we like
were they really present in the book?
I feel like they were more present in the book. I think Alyssa was a little more. Like I feel like there was more conversation. We also skipped that whole section of how for a while Lily was like staying with Atlas and like became friends with the friends and they were playing poker or whatever game. You know, we kind of skipped over
before the pregnancy.
This was when she found. Yeah, sorry, I'm fast forwarding. Well, I don't even know where we're starting. This is after she finds out she's pregnant and Atlas takes her.
That's what I thought.
So it was like this whole thing. She like stays with Atlas for like a week and it's like bonding. She like becomes friends with his friends. They're playing poker and it's like a very connecting.
I forgot about the poker stuff.
But
I remembered her like staying with Atlas after she got pregnant
for like at least a week, like for a while.
Yeah.
And well, and you know what? Other than that, like I really. If that's going to be my only complaint, like they did a really good job about keeping the story pretty good from the book.
I feel like the message was clear and I think that was really good and I appreciated all that.
I think Justin did a good job. The only issue is probably Blake. Like honestly, Justin Baldoni did a really, really great job.
I think this movie would have been a hit, honestly, had it not been Blake. Her. It's kind of crazy.
It just wasn't. Even when they first announced that it was Blake Lively,
everyone was like, why
I was
kind of
just like, I don't think it's Blake Lively. I think it's like a no name. I think it's a no name.
Because the young Blake Lively, she was amazing.
Yeah, she was great.
And she's like, she went to school with a girl that I just did a show with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she was great. Even like all the actors, the young Atlas, like, I mean, everyone was great, really except Blake.
I know.
Like
it's bad to say.
It's really bad to say, but it's just that's not the person that I wanted. And it's also she has such a big name that's like really we have to give Blake Lively this leading woman that I just don't think she was really even right for this at all. She just wasn't right for it.
Unfortunately.
Lily has just such a different aura about her in the book. It's like a very, very innocent, innocence, but like but has been through a lot.
But grit.
Yeah. There's a bit of like softness and harshness that Lily carries.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like evident in the book, obviously.
Yeah.
Colleen Hoover in the background had me cackling. She was like,
you see me, guys?
She literally was like,
she's like, I'm very demure, very mindful.
She was being so demure. She was being so mindful in the back. She's like, I'm an extra. I'm very mindful. I'm very demure.
With my
I don't make a big deal about being in my movie, book, whatever. Anyways, overall, Blake Lively just shouldn't have been in it, and it would have been better.
Yeah. I am very curious to know what the heck all that drama between all of them is, because obviously there is a reason why everyone unfollowed Justin. And
there has to be more to Justin, but like I don't believe it.
But it seems like apparently all the crew of the movie follow Justin.
He looks
and are like behind him, but all of the actors are not.
In his scrubs. Oh my God. He had his ons on. He had his watch. No, I literally can't. Okay. I genuinely can't talk about this anymore.
Let's move on. So I just want to get the celebrity goss out of the way.
Oh yeah.
Okay, totally random, but I saw that the first contestant got announced for Dancing with the Stars, and it's the Pommelhorse guy, Steve.
Yeah. Steven,
yeah. I love it.
Steven.
I love that for him. Go off.
I loved watching him. This man is blind as hell. He's not going to be able to see anything.
You're so right. Maybe he'll wear contacts. I wonder. No, he can't because he has a really bad eye
if he is
issue.
Paired with Daniela or Jenna, or actually, I wonder who he's getting paired with.
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe Coco. I can't wait for this.
There are rumors that Jerry, Golden Bachelor, might be on it too.
Bruh.
But that would be kind of weird because he's had so much stuff about him.
He's kind of hated by America.
Yeah.
Low key.
And the divorce. Like, what good is that?
Yeah, that was so weird. What a weird ass situation.
I know. I'm excited for freaking Jones season though. They showed a little clip of Kelsey introducing Zaddy.
Zaddy, you love him.
I love him.
You love him.
He literally looks like Zeus and Hercules.
Yeah, he is Zeus Herc.
And that's my favorite movie. So
Hercules.
Hercules.
He is literally, yeah.
Yeah. So can't wait for that. But the biggest thing that has happened is Kaitlyn Bristowe going on You Up podcast, and she basically talks about I think this basically confirms that she's seeing Zach,
which we all kind of knew.
Yeah, because there were like pictures that came out on New Year's Eve of them together.
They'd been like, I think they've been dating since like honestly almost a year. I bet you
probably. And so she doesn't say the names, but like we all know who it is.
Yeah, she
was like, so I started talking to this guy. I'm gonna go on a date with him, and I wanted to give this ex-bachelorette, I don't know what she said exactly, but she just wanted to give the heads up to her, and her is Tayshia. So she texts Tayshia and is like, hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm going on a date with Zach. And Tayshia was basically
your
like,
ex fiance,
yeah. Tayshia was like, you know what, this confirms it for me, you are not a good person, like you are a bad person. And yeah.
Wait, there was more to it, because I think she was like, I'm uncomfortable with it. And then Kaitlyn said, well, this isn't like me saying you're comfortable with it or not. I'm just letting you know that it's happening. Right. I'm not asking you if it's okay. I'm just giving you a heads up.
She's just telling her.
I think if I were, I don't know, like, I think it makes me uncomfortable. But what am I to say if I was Tayshia? I think I would just be like, listen, that's weird and that looks weird on you, but like, I guess do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be my reaction, but she had more of a reaction like, girl, we were friends. I don't know the relationship, right? So like on screen, they look like they were besties when they were hosting, what is it? Katie season?
God, I try and black out those times.
I know, that was a weird time. Anyways, they gave the impression that they were besties, and I'm sure they did get really close.
They had to, or they really hated each other behind the scenes, which is very possible.
I mean, it happens, but I read it as like I've been a really big fan of Kaitlyn Bristowe, and I usually always side with her, but I can't with this one. This one is definitely
the thing is the response that she made it because
I need to continue on. Then she says, "This is just the heads up. This is not me asking anything." And that's when Tayshia says, this confirms that you're a bad person. Like, people say you're a bad person. This confirms it, whatever. And then Kaitlyn responded with
on the podcast. She
on
didn't
the
say this
podcast.
to Tayshia.
She didn't say this to, but she said this made me want to like
take a picture of me
sucking his and just send it to her. But that wasn't what she said to Tayshia. It's just what she said on the podcast. But obviously now it's out.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
She's bold. Like that's something that she would say, but it's just mean. Like it
is. But it's just like, girl, you know who you are. You know what kind of platform that you have, and it's just like,
listen, I think it's very telling that she hasn't settled down with someone. Like it just kind of shows. Like everyone's always like, I wonder why. It's like she seems a little crazy off her rocker.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's just like it seems like she's been spiraling for a while, to be honest. Like since her and Jason got unengaged.
But to be fair, Jason, like, oh my God, moved on so quickly. I would have spiraled too. The
way that he
moved,
maybe announced it, because Kaitlyn might have started talking to Zach the same time that he talked to what's her face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know her name right now, but he just it seemed like just a few weeks after they announced they were broken up, he just posted that he's with this other girl.
Yeah, it's really quick. I hate that.
Yeah, but like people love them together. Like he's gotten so many more followers, and Kaitlyn has lost a bunch of followers since this podcast, I think, and maybe even before then too. And I'm just like,
Tayshia's really loved.
I don't know. And Tayshia was dating this guy from Summer House. I don't know if they're still together or not. But
anyways, that's the tea with that. We'll see how that unfolds. Also, another breakup that I dropped I dropped the news to you last night. I can't believe I told you this.
I know.
But Susie and our man Justin Glaze.
They have broken up. They were like such an influencer couple because they would constantly make videos and ads and stuff together. And I think that's because Susie did, she's like a photographer and like wants to do media and stuff like that. So she was always down to do things like that. Also, she was a Disney princess and worked with friends of mine. So I think that's funny. But
girl.
Yeah.
Who isn't a Disney princess?
Honestly.
Join the club.
So I'm really sad that they're breaking up because I love seeing their it was so cheesy, like the content that they were putting out, but I kind of loved it because they knew that it was cheesy and they were just like leaning into it, you know what I mean? But not in like a what's her name? Fucking Ashley or whatever.
Ashley
and Jared, like their stuff makes me cringe for some reason.
And they still do well because the babies have helped them.
Sorry.
That baby is so cute
not a
that
kid
they
person.
have. Their toddler is so Dawson. That baby is cute. I don't like babies, but that one was cute. I'll say it. That one's a cute one.
Okay.
She's crazy though. But she's iconic. She's really made a platform.
I mean, yeah, make your bag.
Make your mark.
So yeah, that's the tea.
That's the tea.
So do you want to talk Bachelor first?
Yeah, let's do it. Fantasy suites. Let's get it.
Okay,
oh my God.
Let's get into it.
Why is this so painful?
I can't even remember it all.
Why is it so painful to watch? Devin's the first one. And also, yeah, Devin was Devin wasn't the first one. No. Yeah, Devin was the first one. Oh my God. Help.
Here it is. I was like, what is happening? Yeah.
Devin.
Yeah, but before that even happens, well, they have a cold open with like Devin feeling like he's saying like he doesn't feel like he's the one. And I'm like, well, okay, sorry, I don't know. And they're in Hawaii. And then, so
Hawaii's back. It's trending.
Okay.
Just saying.
Who else is in Hawaii? What's making you say that?
I just feel like a lot of people are doing honeymoons in Hawaii now. It's back to Hawaii. For a long time, Hawaii was the place of destination, and I think it became so common that everyone was like, Europe, it's now Europe, and everyone went to Europe instead. Now I feel like it's back to Hawaii. At least people, I'm going to 1,000 weddings, and I just know everyone.
Weddings.
Well, just so you know, Hawaii's back, baby. I don't think it ever went away, but like now it's trending again. Okay, anyways.
So they brought back Molly. What's her last name? That's with Jason. Molly Mesnick. To talk to Jenn. And I'm like, why would they fly Molly all the way out to Hawaii just to have one conversation with Jenn? I mean, I guess I hope that Jason's also there too and they get a vacation. You know what I mean? And it's not just Molly flying in. But yeah, I don't even know what they talked about. But she just she's just like, so who is it that you like? Who's here now? And I don't know. I got nothing
like, literally like, how are you feeling about the boys? And she just like went through them. It was stupid, not needed, but whatever.
Yeah, I was just like, why did that happen? And then Devin they show Devin playing golf with JP. I'm just like, when is this man not playing golf? JP is living the dream. He said, I'm gonna just play golf. Y'all can come to me and I'll talk to you there.
I love Mr. Palmer.
He's in like constant vacation mode. And
this man doesn't do anything.
He doesn't.
He just plays golf. I sent you that meme. He just plays golf and he asks him, how do you feel about that? That's all he does.
And like they're basically creating this drama with Devin, like as if he's like, oh, woe is me, like Jenn, I don't know if she loves me, and I'm like, that's kind of setting him up to like, you know, like if they create a drama for someone.
I think they spiraled it. Yeah, I also read a little bit that he was doubting his feelings in some of these grabs and some of these takes that they've been like showing, but really it was never about that, and we obviously see that unfold a little bit more. That it was never his feelings for her. He just needs validation. That's it.
Wait, so people were saying
they've been kind of like teasing that he's been like not ready or something like that. The reason he's not ready is because he wanted the validation.
Oh, I feel like they would just, I just, to me, it just read that he just needed validation to continue
Well,
on.
in the episode, but like as they were teasing the season, it was always like a take of Devin being like, I don't know. And it was like,
okay.
But it was never about his feelings. And we definitely see that clearly.
It was never on his end. It was all
It's never
Jenn's
on his end. He just needs the validation.
Yes.
And that's it. Like they just overhyped it.
Yeah.
Per usual.
So then Devin is on the date, and what do you know? It's another helicopter in the scene, flying around. They love these helicopters.
Jenn loves this season.
Jenn said, you're going to, no, they said to Jenn, we're getting rid of your fear of heights. Like,
I know.
Like, they really, fear? What fear?
They really pressed into that one.
And then they landed at a waterfall, and like I thought they were gonna like sit down there because he had like a champagne bucket, and then they just went right back on the helicopter, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Oh, for some reason, their kissing was giving me the absolute ick.
I don't like them together. And I know that he's going to win. Like, it's so obvious he's the winner. Like, it's at this point, I'm literally like, roll credits. I mean,
the way that it boiled down to, it's like, who else is she going to choose?
Literally, there's no other choice.
Yeah. And so,
I would pick Jonathon, creative director in LA. Bye.
Yeah, he's so sweet. Oh, and I wrote down Devin's mouth. He kind of has the same mouth as Aaron. He does the same thing. Aaron from Love Island.
Oh,
he was literally open mouth like this.
You ruined him for me.
I know. It ruined me. It ruined it for me too because I love Devin.
I was like,
Devin, what are you doing?
Devin,
close your mouth. Close your mouth.
Devin.
Oh my God. And then like he's trying so hard to get Jenn to say I love you, and she's just like dodging it left and right.
Does he say it at the dinner?
Yeah. I mean, he said it like 3 times, I feel like.
Yeah, he was saying it a lot. He was like,
just like, please, please, please say it
and
back.
it looked like I mean, she loves him. Like, you can tell, or I don't know. You can tell that it's Devin, like, throughout this date. What did they do? Did they go to the waterfall? I'm confusing someone.
There's multiple waterfalls, multiple helicopters.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Because then Jonathon's date happens. Oh, wait, I guess I should say they go to Fantasy Suites, her and Devin, and then they wake up, and Devin is like Devin in heaven, okay? He was like, snuggling up next to her, like he was so content.
She also was like, he was everything more than Pete Davidson. I was like, girl, what? So they had sex.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then I think it was. Oh wait, no, it was a different date. But and then I guess like Devin, like as she was leaving, said he was like, I love you, and she said, okay, bye.
Wild.
Yeah. So then they go to Jonathon's date and another freaking helicopter. I was like, what is happening?
And another waterfall.
And they go to another waterfall.
That waterfall was cooler though.
Actually, was there a helicopter with theirs?
Actually, there was no helicopter.
There was just another waterfall. But
it was just another waterfall.
Jonathon's waterfall better than Devin's waterfall.
Yeah, I was like, get in the waterfall, y'all. Get under it. Swim under it and like, see it.
Become mermaids.
I was literally like, why are you not playing mermaids right now? The way I'd be in there, be like, listen, the date, we will see each other tonight. I want to play mermaids. Like, I want to swim.
Time. And
you can just tell it's not happening with them. You can just tell he's the next one.
They're friendship vibes. You know what I mean?
It's friendship vibes. And I don't even think they were physical with each other. I think they just probably talked the whole night.
It seemed like she was giving an excuse because she was like, I just want you to open up and tell me how you're feeling. When like she couldn't even do that for Devin. So how are you going to tell someone else? You know what I mean?
She's just starting to really piss me off.
There's this weird double standard. And I was like, you're not opening up either.
She's, the nerve.
Like, both of them were not really saying how they felt, and I think that's because
Yeah.
they just weren't there yet. I mean, granted, because Jonathon does go home, and he kind of, like, blames himself for it.
Spoiler alert.
Ooh. But yeah, it was weird. I don't know.
Yeah, he blames himself, and it was sad to see that. I'm sure he watched it back and was like, why the fuck did I say what I said?
Yeah, Jenn was also not giving him anything either, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But they also talked about, like, you know, being people of color and not being accepted in a white world, and I thought that was a nice conversation to have. And I wasn't sure what Jonathon's ethnicity was, and it confirms that he is half black, half white. But yeah.
Yeah,
that was basically it.
It was a good date. It's just like you can just tell it's not anything. And I don't think they were physical. I always love guessing. Like, it's kind of weird, but like I just like to guess the
sex.
Yeah, I really, because at the end of the day, we keep forgetting that's what that honestly is what the fantasy suites is about. It's like, are you going to be physical with like, there's a whole nother level you have to unlock. And it's, it used to be like a little more hyped up with it. And we're losing the drama with the sex, and it's kind of making me mad. Can we bring that back? Anyways,
I always think about Nick Vile's season with what's her face? Raven.
Yeah.
I don't know what she said.
Oh yeah.
Remember Raven?
I think there was a whole, I don't remember it, but there was like tea.
There's a whole thing to
like,
it.
Like there's tea to it. I'm literally like, give me the tea with the drama with the sex. Like, I love it. It's reality. It's reality TV. I want it.
You know, the thing that I really did love, that was like, oh, this is a good reality TV moment, is that like Jonathon and Jenn were like making out hardcore, and then they cut to Devin like spiraling on his own. Like,
I love it.
I don't know if she loves me, and then back to Jonathon and Jenn looking so like happy together, and it's just like, oh, I need answers, and I just like that's a good thanks, guys. That was a great editing moment.
I don't know how I would feel if I were Jenn to just I think we talked about this. Does she have a day in between? I don't really know. But it's just wild, the concept of just like having a very intimate night, even if you're not physical, for the first time with 3 different men for the first time for each of those men.
Yeah.
I just like, I feel like I couldn't, I would feel very guilty and gross inside. That's just me.
Yeah.
It'd be like icky.
Like you have to come to terms with it in some way.
I know.
You have to compartmentalize so bad.
And I know it happens every season with every season of The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Bachelorette. And it's just like, I always sit there and I'm just like,
I mean, I'm sure in your head, you just make 2 of these people like your best friends.
I guess.
Instead of your lover. I don't know.
But anyways, Marcus.
Yeah.
I was floored when she said.
My God. Let's hold on.
Sorry. That's all I can think about.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the date. What did they do?
Well, first it showed Marcus also playing golf with JP. And I was like, how come both Marcus and Devin got to play golf, but Jonathon didn't?
I think he probably did. They just didn't show it.
Rude. Show this man's time with JP.
And that's another good indication. The less screen time, the more insight for us that we know that person's going to leave. They'll just show him less, period.
Yeah.
Like, it's just an obvious.
Yeah. And then JP's calling Marcus an inspiration. And I'm just like, oh, like, yes.
I'm like,
but
abuser. The Reddit.
It's not good. And then freaking Marcus got the best date. He got to go like scuba diving with stingrays. Right. I was like, what the hell? These other 2 just get waterfalls, and he gets to like do like this whole other thing.
They had the activity. I was like, I love this.
A full activity. Yeah. And then they have like their nighttime portion, and I don't know why this icked me out, but she was wearing like this red dress, and he was like, look at that Ferrari dress. Like
everything he says, he is giving me the ick so much that everything he says gives me the ick. Like everything pisses me off that he says. I'm just like, every time he's on the screen, I was like,
yeah. And then he just has this whole speech, and I'm like, what are you trying to say right now? He was like going around the whole point.
Oh my God, he's breaking up. They're breaking up. They're breaking up.
And
that's what I thought.
Finally, he got to just like, he's just not sure where he's at yet.
He is begging Jenn to kick him off the show.
Literally.
He is begging her to send him home.
He said point blank, I don't know if I'm like close to getting engaged.
He's like,
yet.
I don't really know if I even really love you.
Or like you.
Or really, dare I say, even like you.
Like,
but I'm willing to try, bruh.
And then
the proposal's in 3 days, homie.
Like, you better figure it out.
You don't figure it out. You know or you don't.
Not even taking a beat says, well, I love you.
And
I was
Devin's over here
what?
like, I love you. I love you.
Say it
I
back.
love you. And she
I
said,
love you, say it back.
that's nice. I'm falling. I'm not even anything. Just mute. A mime, if you will. And Marcus is like, I think I like you. And she's like, well, I just can't contain myself anymore. I love you.
She says,
And I
I'm
just
in
have to
love
let
with you.
this off my I just have to let this off my chest.
And I was like, girl. And that's where her bad habit of like toxic
we're
men.
seeing her bad habit
like
in
she
front of
wants
us.
people that don't want her back. And I'm
So
like,
weird.
oh, Jenn, please, you must learn from your mistakes.
She's
like, what are you doing?
And with the conversation was going like he was gonna go home, but then all of a sudden he's like, I'm willing to try. And she's like, oh, you're willing to try? Okay, great. Let's go. Let's go to
let's get in bed right now.
Let's get in bed.
I'll make you say I love you now.
And then obviously they have sex. It's really obvious the next morning. They wake up and I'm like,
I didn't
I
pay
think
attention.
so. And then I don't know. Like it's just
There's
that's
more.
that.
Then it goes back to Devin spiraling, and it's like leaves on a cliffhanger of him like knocking on her door, I guess, to see if yeah. And so then we got the mental all.
Yeah, and they kind of just sum up
it.
They kind of just sum it like we can just sum it up because it's like they intertwined this with the men tell all, but essentially Devin's like, I really want to talk to her. They have him walking in a hallway in the hotel. I mean, he's walking
the longest hallway ever.
The longest hallway. I was like, how long is the hallway? He turns this
first he did talk to JP
mile.
again. I forgot about that. We can't brush past our moments.
I'm so
with
sorry.
JP.
We really can't miss this part because he meets him at a bar. Wait, stop. This is so funny.
He was giving like those scenes in musical theater where the male lead has to like go away and he ends up at a bar and he's like,
yeah, it was like Troy Bolton, his dad. You know, when the dad comes and talks to him and he was shooting basketball and he keeps shooting and he keeps missing, and then his dad comes out. He's like, He's like, oh man, what's up? And they did have a little powwow. It was that exact thing, except it was Jesse Palmer and Devin. And I was just like, why? And honestly, he started looking like the actor too as well. I was like, why are you looking like that man?
Jesse Palmer is Troy Bolton's dad.
Yeah, I really think so.
Like in another life?
In another life, he was Troy. In fact, I think he was Troy Bolton. Anyways, or maybe his big brother.
Stop.
I'm obsessed with Jesse Palmer. Someone needs to stop me. But he comes in, he's like, man, how you feeling? And Devin is like, bro, I'm unwell. He can't he can't make eye contact. This man is looking down.
Devin was like this honestly gave me such an ick. The way he was acting, he was so like,
he's like, she doesn't love me, and I just need to know. And then Jesse was like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's rough.
Sucks.
He's like, that's a hard feeling to feel. I'm like, really? Jesse is not being helpful at all.
He gives no words of advice at all.
So that was the only thing that we basically got a clarification why Devin was upset. He wanted to ask, he was like, I don't want to give her an ultimatum, but I do want to ask her if she loves me. I was like, okay, well, that's an ultimatum. But anyways, moving on.
Yeah, so he goes to Jenn's place.
Walking all the hallways, every single floor, every single hallway.
Knocking on every door. No, I'm just kidding.
Opens the door. Jen's like, hey, what's up? I was like, Jen was like waiting at the door. I was like, this is so weird.
It's all
it's all fake. They sit down. And here he goes, looking down at his shoes.
Please, I love you so much, and I just don't know if I can keep going like this. If I don't know if you love me too. Like, can you just please tell me you love me, please?
And she's like, I love you, you idiot.
Ew, I hated that so much. I hated it so much.
I love you, you idiot. You're so silly.
And she's like, I never want Devin to feel that way. I don't know what I would do without him.
I haven't been good at expressing my feelings as he has. You are expressing your feelings full chest.
To Marcus,
the abuser. Reddit. The Reddit abuser.
The Reddit accused abuser. He's on Reddit abusing people back and forth, getting banned.
Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. His Reddit, his edit on Reddit. His edit on Reddit is an abuser. So we call him the Reddit abuser. So the Reddit abuser is getting full like just validation.
Like Devin had to like crawl on his hands and knees to finally get Jenn to say I love you too. And
rose ceremony.
Then everything's so fine. And he's like, and then they go to the rose ceremony, and then Jonathon gets sent home. Devin and Marcus are the top two. Jonathon's like blaming himself like for not like I guess expressing his feelings like more. And I'm just like, bro, don't blame yourself. Like, it's okay.
He's upset because he's just like, I feel like
He's like, I'm a slow burn, you know?
That was his whole thing. And I was like, were you?
I'm like, no, actually, Jenn just kind of has a bad picker. You're okay.
Yeah, I was like, you're going to be fine.
You're going to be so fine. Because then he gets the first invite to be on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, so, he did.
In a year, if he's not single, I guess.
Yeah, I'm literally like, okay, this man has to stay
or if
single.
he is single, I should say. Yeah,
Yeah, because when do they start filming that? In May?
probably.
Yeah.
Almost Paradise.
I'm
I miss
so
that
ready.
show. Oh,
I'm actually ready for it this time.
yeah.
This time around.
Yeah, so then we go, let's
Men
Men
Tell
Tell
All.
All. It opens
Cast
with
of characters.
with our, well, actually, no, it opens with Grant calling his mom, telling her that he's going to be the bachelor, and it was very cute.
Yeah,
I just feel like they could have, I don't know how, but I feel like they should have just incorporated him having his moment of finding out he's going to be the bachelor, like before this episode somehow.
Yeah, I just feel like they still did the announcement wrong, but whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I thought the moment was cute, and then JP comes out, everyone's chanting, Jesse, Jesse.
And I'm literally with them.
Yes,
on the
we're
couch,
all with
like,
him. Mm-hmm,
JP, he looks so good.
Oh my god, this is so random, but did you see that? I don't think they showed it on here, but there was a Beetlejuice commercial that came up in between like the first whatever segment, and it was with Rachel, like Bachelorette Rachel, the one with Gabby, and JP. They were like doing this weird Beetlejuice commercial, and JP was dressed as Beetlejuice, and I was just like, what's happening?
I would definitely see that.
It was so random. But anyway, I'm trying to think what they talked about on the Men Tell All. Like, they let Brett, who went home night one, and everyone was really big fans of him, our big bear. He kind of had a moment to shine, and they showed like some like messages he was getting in his DMs.
It's funny.
It was funny. Whatever.
And Sam, my ex-husband Sam N has a moment where he's just like, I mean, what does he even say?
Well, he brought out that jersey again, but it said Jen's ex-husband,
which was hilarious. Love that bit.
And he was kind of still like, they were showing a recap of like the whole season, and Sam, he was still like cheering for himself, like when he was doing stupid shit, and I was like, you're so delusional.
He was like, I might have jumped the gun by saying I was falling in love with her, but like I felt it, so whatever. And it's just like, okay, you didn't, but whatever.
Yeah,
that's how I felt. I was just like, whatever, dude.
I think, okay, one of the major things that happened is that they talked to Aaron. Stupid. I shouldn't say. Well, I don't know. He just, so icky.
He was just so funny. He was like,
everyone was like, bro, why did you give this book out when you knew that your twin brother Noah had the same thing happen to him, where he received a book?
Oh God, they looked horrible.
They did not look good. So then
Abigail and what's his name, Noah.
They've just lost a lot of weight.
They look like patients.
I mean, I hope they're okay.
They look like patients.
But I think Abigail just looked not. Everything was slicked back, and so it didn't help.
They're not eating. They're not eating protein.
I need to know if Noah is wearing sunscreen, because it looks like he's not wearing sunscreen.
They just look like they're not taking care of themselves. Whatever they're both doing whatever it is.
All I know is that they're renovating their house right now, and maybe they're doing too much.
Bills are.
I don't know. But yeah, no, it was like, bro, why did you do that? Like, you shouldn't be telling people to do whatever. Like, and Aaron has the nerve to be like, everyone was like, so who were the guys that you were saying weren't ready for marriage? Like, before he left Jenn.
This is so funny.
And he was like, well, it's like he just was trying to come up with names
Sam
like
M,
on the top of the head.
Sam,
Devin,
and Spencer.
And everyone's like, what? Spencer?
Hakeem's eyes popped out. Hakeem was like, oh my God, what are you talking about? He's like,
it was so cute though. I did love Hakeem defending
Hakeem was like, what are you literally talking about?
He was literally speaking from his ass.
Like, Spencer starts laughing. Spencer's like, I want to hear this. What are you going to say? Aaron's like, well, when you talk about your engagement, it sounded like you weren't really there with marriage. I was just like, what are you saying?
You're talking about an engagement ending, and I just don't think you're recovered from that, so you're not ready to be married again.
And then Spencer
coming
was like,
from someone who also had a failed engagement. I was like, what?
Spencer was like, I don't know how you're measuring anything, but
first of all, you weren't seeing their date when you were in the house, so how would you even know about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he just was like saying it in that moment.
Yeah, he was just coming up.
And that's why I love them and tell all, because that wouldn't have happened if we weren't live.
I loved it.
Semi-live, but yeah, you know what I mean?
And then
great drama.
Start talking to Sam M. And
they show the edit.
They show his whole edit and everything.
The edit was horrible.
The main thing, 10 toes down.
Main thing,
and Thomas being his side chick. Not side chick, sidekick.
And Thomas looked horrible too.
Thomas looked unwell. I was like, are you okay?
The glow down. There was clear glow ups and clear glow downs.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, Jeremy was already glowing, but he glowed even more in this.
Oh,
I
he looked
absolutely
so
loved.
good. I love him.
He
I
was
love
just
him.
comically going in on Sam M, and he was like, "Yeah, you were keeping the main thing if the main thing was Devin, not Jenn."
Yeah.
And
The comparison
then
to Mean Girls.
He made the Mean Girls reference about, you know how Katie's always talking about Regina George, even though she says she hates Regina George, but then she becomes Regina George. That's like you with Devin. And I was just like, "You're
Accurate.
perfect. You're perfect, Jer Bear. Jer Bear, we love you."
I have always loved you, like I've always loved Jeremy.
I never
I will say
not liked Jeremy. I will say that his big forehead did scare me a little.
No, and I get that.
It's grown on me.
I have been a stan of Jeremy from the beginning, and I've so happy I stayed with him. I'm so happy he's my husband.
Yeah, and then Sam goes into the hot seat with JP, and he just kept going around in circles. He kind of took some accountability. He was like, "I wish I could have done things differently." He kept saying truthfully over and over and over, like truthfully, if I could have truthfully this. And I was just like,
he's like, okay? I really meant it when I said he doesn't deny
he is
the love bombing,
standing 10 toes down in him saying, "I love you" to Jenn. And I was just like, bruh. And him saying he's never had to explain like how he loves someone before, like that tells you everything. Like what's going on? What kind? I don't know. Yeah. Dumb. But I guess, oh my God. And then homeboy, I think he got kicked off night one. Ricky. I was like, who is Ricky? He was making some comments and stuff, but
he looked good.
He had a nice suit on. But I was just like, bro, you were, why are you here?
Why are you here?
And then Jonathon gets in the hot seat after being off the show. They invite him to go on The Bachelor in Paradise. Nothing really of note happened from his conversation on the couch.
All I remember from the Men Tell All is Hakeem.
It was literally
it was like the Hakeem
star
show.
Moments where it was Sam's moment, Jonathon's moment, Grant, and Hakeem.
But Hakeem was laced throughout.
Because then they show this random ass Mormon influencer reality TV show that they're promoting. I was like, first of all, why are we on board with, like, what's happening, Bachelor?
The ads with The Bachelor have been wild this season.
I would take the cruise ship ads over this. And so then they have Hakeem in like the reaction square in the bottom corner watching the commercial happen. And it's on Hakeem the entire time.
The whole time.
Like, why did they not switch to different people? No. Just Hakeem.
Just Hakeem.
We just want his face. They even zoomed in on him, zoomed back out, zoomed in again. I was like, what's happening?
I didn't even watch the.
I was
just watching Hakeem's reactions.
It's like, what's happening?
And he was like applauding afterwards. He's like, yeah. I was like, are you like into Mormons? Like, I'm so confused.
I don't know what that was. It was insane.
And then he goes to, he's going to Paradise.
Some cash. Yeah, he's going to Paradise. And I'm like,
I was like, Jesse, was that planned or was that like just spur of the moment?
I don't know what's going to happen with Hakeem on that island. I'm worried for him.
Me too. He's not going to survive.
And then they put a spider on him.
They put the spider back on him.
The world's largest spider on Hakeem. And I'm like, why are we doing this?
And the spider was literally like. And the spider was like,
absolutely not. Do not put a spider on me. Do not. End of story.
The spider like could not care less. The spider was like, bruh.
It's like, bruh, can I go back to bed, please?
Hakeem
y'all woke me up for this.
Hyperventilating. The spider's like, bruh, I'm just a spider for real. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah. And then they have Grant come on stage, talk about, being excited to be the next Bachelor. I forgot that his entrance with Jenn was him singing to her.
I don't think they showed that, to be fair.
Maybe they did.
Because we would have known. We would have remembered that.
Yeah, I feel like I would have written that down because I was like, oh, I didn't like that.
We hate when men sing.
Keep your vocal traps shut.
I hate when they talk, and I really hate when they sing. Unless you're Ben Platt.
But I'm excited for him to be the next Bachelor. I'm really like, do I apply? But then I'm like, I thought you're too much like family. But then I'm like, but you're cute. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. But I can't wait to watch. And then Jenn comes out on the chair, and oh my God, she went in on Sam M. She looked good. Sam M. Excuse me. Yeah, her green dress looked great. Jonathon said it looked great. I was like,
you look good, Jonathon.
I was like, Jonathon, not you rating her outfits. What's happening?
Yeah, not the rate.
Yeah, but she had a full-on speech prepared for Sam M. She practiced that monologue and
hit the beats.
She hit all her beats. She did not get flustered.
She went in. She was like, you didn't even apologize. Like, you didn't even really take accountability, which is true. You never did.
But honestly, her going so hard on Sam M, I mean, he was not good, but it kind of adds to the fact that we do think Devin is the winner because you know what I mean? Because Devin was so anti-Sam.
It's so Devin.
And I'm
it's
just
so
like,
Devin.
I feel like if they were together, he would be like, can you believe this shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would make her more upset.
Yeah, and she
From it
just
all.
she did her opening monologue, and it was like very in depth. Like, everything that you were on the screen, it wasn't the edit, it wasn't anything. That is who you are. She was like really exposing him, whatever. And then I think there's like a little pause, and then she goes in again, and I was like, okay, Jenn.
Yeah, it did reach
now
a point where I
you
was
just
like,
look weird. Like,
yeah.
you're just going in too much now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get the opening, like, have your monologue, go in on him. You deserve that. But then, like
then
have
to end it gracefully somehow. I don't know.
At least, like,
it's always the 5% too much. That seems to be the thing with these reunions and stuff.
That's the thing. It's always a little too much. Yeah. And then you lose me because I don't really love Jenn that much. And her immaturity shows always, like, always. Her picking Marcus, immature. Her going in on Sam and then retaliating even though he didn't even have a response, immature.
Yeah. But then Jenn talks about Asian representation, and I think that was all wonderful because we do need it more on our screens and not just like the best friend, the side character, the nerdy character, the whatever. So that's lovely. And then they talk to Charity and Dotun and give them another trip to Greece because I don't remember what happened, but I think the original trip that they got on their season fell through somehow, even though they just paid for their own trip to Greece. And I was like, bruh, how many times are they going to Greece? And
Dotun was literally like, Dotun's face was like, so you really couldn't give me the check before
I paid for it myself?
He's so funny and chill. He does not want to be there.
He's very chill.
Charity won't open her mouth.
They're down in Brooklyn. I had no idea.
Yeah.
They're right down the street.
He's a Brooklynite.
Not really.
Brooklynite.
Mm-hmm.
He's been
That's
in
true.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, he is.
He's from Brooklyn,
New York. I forgot about that. So yeah, then we get like a preview of the season. It's more of Marcus being like, yeah, I don't know if I love her yet, and the family being like, why do you like this dude? And yeah, so I guess we'll see how it ends. I'm ready for it to end and for us to move on.
Yep.
I'm ready for Joan's Golden Bachelor season.
Let's get it going.
Let's go. Wow. So there's all that. Oh my God, we have to talk about Love is Blind, the madness, the chaos.
The reunion sucked.
The reunion, they were being so mindful, so demure.
Too mindful.
It was too mindful.
Too demure.
Too demure. Kind of cutesy, but honestly, it was missing the juice that I needed. But yeah, let's get into each couple. First couple I have up here are our favorites. Should we start with our favorites?
Yeah, let's do it.
Nicole and Benaiah.
I love Benaiah.
I absolutely love them.
Protect this man. Protect this man.
So sweet.
If that first couple from Love is Blind, what are their names? Lauren and oh
my God, how can I forget my man's name?
I know, I don't remember his name.
I love him. I think he's so hot.
Both of them, if they do not end up together, or if they break up, or if Benaiah and Nicole break up, love is not real. I just decided.
Lauren and Cameron.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Love them.
Lauren and Cameron Hamilton.
Perfect
last name.
Lauren Hamilton.
We love them as couples, and I need them to stay together.
Same with Benaiah and Nicole.
I think we'll just work our way backwards, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, there's just conflict with Nicole and Sam, another Sam. But
so for when we last left off with Sam and Nicole, they had gotten together. Things are pretty fine. She he meets her family, and I feel like it went really well. And then I was thinking to myself, if Sam met her family, that would have been awful. He would have been awful. It just would not have gone well.
Yeah.
And you can tell that Benaiah is like super protective over Nicole. And then they go to meet up with everybody, and Sam has his own entrance and everything. And him and Nicole talk, and honestly, it was pretty civil. And like she gave him grace with everything, even though he still wanted to bring up this whole like, you wanted to sleep with me, and I said no, as if he was like trying to make himself look good by him saying no, like he's some sort of gentleman, and she's like,
you could just tell wanted to be done with the situation. She was just kind of like, okay, like I hear you out, like it was good with us in the pause, but like it just didn't work out. Like I just wish you the best. Like let's just get over it. I think Benaiah was a little hurt by that. He wanted her to have the same reaction that he had, but like it's different because she actually had a connection to him, whereas for him it's like he is just full on protective of Nicole. So his perspective is that, and then they have like tension. They have like
Sam
a little
Ben?
fight. Yes.
When they talk to each other.
Yeah.
And then Sam brings up the whole
Again.
Nicole
sex.
wanting to have sex with him, and that I just think the whole thing is just rude. Like, what? That's not
Benaiah's
something that you
like,
have to share unless you're just trying to
okay.
show off and be like, "Oh yeah, she wanted to have sex with me."
Yeah, your
You know,
fiance at the time wanted to have sex with you?
crazy. I'm like, what?
Okay, like,
Um,
cool.
and I
Weirdo.
just think that
That's all he could say.
he just wants to be this super macho cool guy, but he's really not. And then Sam has the nerve to call Benaiah like
Mhm.
Hollywood, like Benaiah is doing too much. It's like, no, bro, that's you. You're trying to be
Don't ever say
fancy
Benaiah
for
is
the
anything.
cameras, and you're not.
Benaiah is everything.
We love Benaiah here, okay?
And at the reunion, he was trying to kind of just be like, I take accountability, and you could just tell nothing he was saying, or I think him even watching it back, I don't even think anything resonated with him. At least that's the impression I got.
I mean,
I feel
I
like
think
it just kind of like he
the
saw some of
comments
it, but I don't think truly he felt.
I think he felt like the comments from people watching it and was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I need to look a certain type of way so they don't stay mad at me."
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think he genuinely wanted to change. I think
Mhm.
he just was trying to do that so he wasn't getting more hate.
Yeah, and then, like, he wasn't even actually apologizing for what he said,
Yeah.
and then Demi had to interrupt at the
Yeah.
reunion and be like, "Please, just tell Nicole you're sorry.
Yeah.
Like, why have you not done that yet?" And I thought that was so funny. I was like, "Yes,
Yeah.
Demi, you better speak up." Um,
Should we talk about Demi and Ollie?
I guess, well, we should just end off that they both the one thing that was weird is that they tried to make it seem like Nicole wasn't gonna say yes at the altar, but they both do end up saying yes, and I'm very happy that they did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew that.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
they showed after their first date in the
Yeah, it was
pods together,
cute.
and
It
it
was
was
cute.
so adorable. Like, she was literally jumping for joy, like, after.
So sweet.
And I was just like, "Ugh," and Benaiah was just like, "This is amazing, amazing, amazing." I was just like, "Oh, you guys are amazing." So I hope that they stay together. But yeah, then there's Ollie and Demi. That was a weird one. It like
I knew they
because
were never going to end up
when they were
together.
in Greece, everything was bad, 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 bad. And
Then it got better.
then when they got home, things were better. And I was like, "Oh,
Met the
okay." I
family.
kind of had
Things were good.
I
Things were
thought that
getting
maybe things were gonna
better.
be okay with them. Like, I was actually like, they might both say
And
yes.
then they had some time apart, and his communication while they were apart wasn't good. So then we see that conflict of the wedding day morning.
Wait, before that even
Demi.
happens though, at the
Oh.
meetup.
Uh-huh.
Remember at the meetup, he sees Charlotte, this girl who was also in the pods but didn't get it with anyone. And a lot of the guys were like, "Whoa, she's hot.
Yeah.
She's mad." Like, I don't
She's
know what
mad,
he was
bro.
saying.
She's mad.
Mad, bro. Absolutely mad. And
Or bruv.
bruv. Yeah, what am I talking about? That's just something to note for later
Yeah.
on. Um, and then also he did open up about the fact that he has ADHD, and I really enjoyed how Demi handled
Mm.
him telling her that. She had a really sweet response about
And
it. Yeah, so when the wedding day, Demi says that they did not speak to each other, like, when they had time apart, which is so crazy to me, like,
Yeah, that
what?
was the conflict in the morning.
And it
And
gave
then
her
you could
time
just
it
tell.
gave her time to reflect on things, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, homegirl saying no."
She's saying no, and then what'd she do? She said no. And then
She
he
said
was
no,
like,
but and
he was like,
he looked shocked for
what?
a second, but maybe that was him trying to process things.
He was like, what?
And then he was like, "You know what? That's so fine." Like, and the way that they
He
made
did
it look
not
was that
care.
they were gonna be okay and that they just wanted to date, and I was like, "Okay, I love
No.
that for them." But then we get to the reunion and they're not together,
No.
and it turns out he's talking
dating
to Charlotte. And I'm just like, well, that kinda shows you the kind
And
of person
Demi
that
is
he
in a
was from the
great
start.
place.
Demi has found her self-confidence, she's feeling herself, and I love that for her.
I really ended up really liking Demi. I think I didn't like her in the beginning, but I like her.
Oh, I liked her, yeah.
Yeah, I like her.
But also, I did appreciate that Ollie kind of, spoke to people making comments about, like, Catherine was his type, and he was like, "Actually, no. I always dated girls that look like Demi, and, you know, that's kind of you guys putting your beauty standards on me to make it seem like I would only go for someone that looks like Catherine and not like Demi." And I was just like, "Thank you for
I
speaking
actually
on
really
that."
liked Ollie too. I just think they were not compatible.
Yeah, I just don't think that they're good together. They might be good friends, but I don't even think they're friends now. But yeah.
I genuinely I think Ollie handled everything pretty well, and so did Demi.
Mhm.
Just didn't work out.
I think there is more tea behind everyone's relationship though,
Obviously, yeah.
because they were just keeping it too classy. But I saw that Demi like went on another person's podcast to kind of talk about things. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm intrigued to know what else she has to say.
Our hosts were no Nick and Vanessa Lachey.
No,
They were not stirring up the pot.
they were. We cannot compare them to Nick and Vanessa. Mostly Vanessa because she's crazy.
Vanessa loves to dig in. She loves to press. She loves to press.
She's a digger baby.
So,
Let's just go ahead and talk about Jasmine and Bobby because they're still
I mean, yeah, they're
they
together.
have been smooth sailing. The only issues that they really had was Jasmine's mom and
Yeah.
Jasmine. Basically, when we meet Jasmine's mom, we kind of realize where she got like her own insecurities and jealousy from because her mom had the same issue with every person that she's been with,
Yep.
where they've cheated or done something wrong.
Hmm.
And her mom's also very like intrusive on her life and wants to know everything about her. And when they met, her mom was like, "I just don't know if you're educated enough and can take care of my daughter." And um but Bobby stepped up to the plate. He was like, "Look, I'm going to do everything I can to
Yeah.
make her feel comfortable, to make sure feel reassured with everything." And that's what he's been doing.
I never really cared about that couple that much.
No, no. I mean, they were fine.
They
I thought
were
it was
just like literally drama
hilarious.
free, and I'm here for the tea. So, but like, I'm really happy for them.
Yeah, the only thing that was drama was that
With the mom.
Jasmine got jealous from Bobby's music video. Body Like a Dancer, that song.
Stop.
I'm just like, "Bro, it's a music video, calm down." And he did this
Yeah.
so long ago. But they played it at the end of the show.
That
So
was
he's
funny.
gotten his promo, that's for
He
sure.
got his promo.
Everyone
I know
stream
that's
Body
right.
Like a Dancer.
Yeah. Happy that
Um,
they're together. And she dyed her hair. And
yeah,
they
her
want
hair's
kids.
darker, they look great.
They want kids. And I'm like, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. Great. But yes, you found love. You found love in a
Mhm.
hopeless place. We're happy for you.
And then unlike them, Maria and Tom, which has been
Colin
such a
Firth.
random couple from the top, from the jump for me.
I think, yeah, they got together. They were really passionate. It was like, yes, 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 yes. And then you saw
Their
Colin
differences come
Firth,
out. It's
like, not
basically
like her so
Tom was,
much.
like,
Tom.
judgmental over the fact that she was a makeup artist. I was like, "Bro, why are you what? What does that matter?" Like,
I just think he wanted anything to get out of it, kind of thing.
I
Or
think
I
the
think he
kind
just
of
got the ick. I think he just got the ick. And it was just like everything that she was just like,
I don't know
you know?
if he had the ick. I just don't think I think what he wants is someone that will meld to his life
Hmm.
and is kind of more
Yeah.
submissive perhaps,
Yeah.
but she's not that girl.
She's not that girl.
No.
They connected, but that doesn't mean that they're compatible
Mhm.
in the long haul.
Each other's lifestyles, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then they got in an argument because she doesn't expect to pay for meals and stuff like she always in her world, a man takes care of everything basically,
Yeah, great. That's submissive. Great. Perfect. But then he didn't like
but he
that.
didn't like that.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
just like, oh, so you
She's
just,
like, "So what do you want, sir?" Like,
yeah.
it was weird.
They just were not compatible.
But it was just
And,
frustrating though because he made a good connection with her family. He was saying all these nice things.
hmm
Like the mom came to him before the
hmm
wedding started
it
and
was,
gave him
it
the
was,
blessing.
it could have been good. But also, he had the reservations. And I think he wasn't completely over his other connection with,
Tosh?
yeah, with Tosh.
Maybe, but like also he doesn't want to be with her either. But I think honestly they could have been a better match than him and
I
Maria.
don't think he had his person on the
I
show.
don't think the person was
But when
there.
they talked at the bar, he did spin Tasha's words. She basically
Yeah.
was like, I really did love you.
In the
I was in
pods.
love. I was in love with you, so it's hard for me to just kind of like cut it off. But like, I'm happy for you, whatever. He goes back to Maria the next day and was like, she told me that she loves me.
Like,
And then Maria was like, at the bar, like last night, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, why did you say that? And then they roll the tape, and then it's just so funny because he's just caught. And then Maria's like, I never even hated you when he told me that. We're fine. We're not. So you could tell that they still were not in good
yeah,
place.
yeah.
They're not going to recover. She was too offended by him.
Maria?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, the way that he was, like, saying one thing before the wedding, then after, like, on the ITM, after the
Mhm.
wedding, he was just like, "I just don't wanna raise my daughters and not be independent," and all this
Mhm.
stuff, like, as
Mhm.
if Maria and her sisters weren't independent people and, like,
Mhm.
doing their thing. Like,
Mhm.
so she was really offended by that, and she was done with the relationship. She's just
Yeah.
like, "Eh." Like, "Are we friends? Eh, not
Yeah.
really."
No. Yeah, it just was one of those things where they could not even get back to
Yeah.
friendship.
And, like, he took some
Eh.
accountability. He was like, "Yeah, I watched it back and I was like, I didn't say some good things." And but he never really said, "I'm sorry" to her.
Yeah,
I
he
was
just
just
kind
like,
of
"Ugh,
like
come
because
on."
he doesn't believe he's wrong. So in his defense, like me looking at the other side, like in his defense, he doesn't have anything to be sorry about in his head.
Yeah, it's just
But like you should be sorry anytime you offend someone,
I'm
period.
sorry for offending you. You
Yeah,
know what I
like
mean?
even if I don't agree, like I'm sorry that I made you feel like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
But whatever.
Yeah, so they're done. And then the saddest well, should we talk about Steven and Sabrina or Freddie and Catherine?
Let's do Steven Sabrina because this was weird.
I was so surprised by this. So, um I mean, they were smooth sailing the entire time before they got
In
married.
my head, I was like, Nicole and Benaiah, and we're going to see Steve and Sabrina together. And everyone else, who knows? Bobby and Jasmine really could have gone either way for me. Like, genuinely. I'm happy that they're together. But
I knew that they were going to be together.
But Steven and Sabrina sitting apart. Because they had some couples sitting together that were, like, okay with each other. Except Tom and Maria. I don't know why they were sitting next to each other. But the people that they were, like, they can't even sit next to each other. And it was Steven and Sabrina. They were right next to the host. I don't even know their name. And I don't know the host's name.
I don't know either.
But I mean,
yeah, they were smooth sailing beforehand. The only people that were skeptical were like Steven's friends. And I mean, they were right. But like, it was just so surprising to see that they're not together anymore. And it's just basically distance.
They blamed it kind of on distance and really the communication with the distance.
Like, obviously, they have very different communication styles. Steven, like, is not good with texting, not good with calling, which would bother the fuck out of me. Like, I need constant affirmation that you still like me.
Yeah.
And it also seemed like finances were an issue, too.
Yeah, like, there was just, like, a lot of things
like,
that they couldn't recover from. And, you know, she had made the trip to him multiple times and he only came like twice, and then he like canceled on her one time very last minute for Christmas
2 days before
and was like, I can't come. And you know, she was doing her own business and he was like trying to support her, but like not really.
It just her business was thriving and his was failing. That's what it was giving.
That's what it was giving. And it seemed like he was like, it seemed like they couldn't meld their lives together. And that is the I think the hardest part of when you marry like above 35. I think it's like that. I mean, I don't want to like say this, like, this isn't for everyone. And this isn't like, this is just a concept in my head. I think you're very established at that point. You're comfortable living by yourself. You're like, you know, you're good. And they both are good. They have been living alone this whole time. Like, they're fine. They haven't had both of them didn't have a marriage before. That was just Nicole, right? Nicole was the only one that was married,
I think. I don't know.
So I think it's hard for both of them not to be able to meld their, I mean, that's what a marriage is. You have a life together. You have a life together. It's not tit for tat, and that's what the relationship became, especially with the distance.
Yeah, but then they, like, Steven kept saying, like, half of what you're saying is lies, and she's like, no, this is not, this is what you're doing, and blah, blah, blah. And then the host cut them off before we actually get any answers. And I just wanted to be like, what are the details? Tell me the details.
I said, Vanessa Lachey, get out here and press.
I hope that one of them goes on a podcast or something and delves more into it, because I want to know what the
they cut them off. I was like, okay.
Don't cut them off. And then, oh my God, I saw TikTok. I mean, I saw Steven post a TikTok and it was very cringe. And he had that bold glamour filter on. And I was like, oh God, it's done. It's done.
Cute. But can we talk about who's really, really handsome and really cute and really perfect and really amazing?
Freddie. I love you, Freddie. I literally love Freddie so much.
Freddie,
He's the most beautiful man I've ever seen.
Planner. I hope he plans my funeral.
Oh my God.
Sorry. I had to say it.
Someone did. Someone had
to say it. And look, he would kill me.
These two have been rocky from the freaking start. From the moment that he said that he's cheated 8 years ago, she was done.
She said once a cheater, always a cheater.
Everything wrong with him and just taking everything that he said in the wrong way. Did not appreciate any joke that he had to say. Like,
spinning it.
Freddie was, I feel like he's the type of person that has to like have like a jokey, fun personality in life because his job is so not fun and it's very hard to deal with. And he also is taking care of his brother, and he has a lot of hardships.
He has a lot of stuff
that he's like pushing through, and like keeping the joy is the only thing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for her to like just take everything the wrong way and like be bothered by everything he does, like that's just not the person that you're meant to be with. And
Catherine was so like picky, like about everything. Just needs really specific. Maybe her and Tom.
She has some insecurities, and
her and Tom
have
a crossover. But yeah, the insecurities, yes.
And his sister called it. She's like, the vibes aren't right.
Betsy Dora
knew what was up.
Okay? Betsy Dora was like, let me speak on it because I said this from the get-go.
Oh my God, and this is so random. Freddie showed her his apartment. Why does homeboy have a giant sparkly full-length mirror in his home?
Because he's homosexual.
I said,
I think he's gay.
Well, I mean, it would all make sense. I always love a gay man. I hope not. Because Freddie, call me.
Because Freddie and Molly May need to get together.
Oh my God, Freddie and Molly May. Please, that would be amazing. I would love it.
No, I think Freddie is just, I think he's just a really good person.
He seems like such a good person.
I just think Catherine was kind of,
I also want
came across as a little mean.
At the meetup.
She got a mean edit.
remember at the meetup, Sam comes in and she's like, "Oh my god, he looks like my ex-boyfriend. He looks like she would not shut up about that to Freddie, and Freddie looks at Charlotte and was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, she's very like, she's beautiful or whatever." And, like, she got so pissed off by that. I'm like, "You're out here talking about Sam over and over, and he says one thing
The
about
double
Charlotte,
standard.
and she's, like, done." And I'm just like,
Catherine, Tom, and Jenn, y'all get in a room and fight.
"Not Jen."
Sorry, I had to bring her into it because the double standard. Double
No.
standard. They
Yeah,
love
they're full of double standards. Mhm. But oh my god, and I did love Freddie asking his brother Jack to be his best man. It was so cute, and like him, just
protect Freddie. Protect Freddie. I really
at
hope.
all costs.
I really think we're gonna see him in reality TV show again. I really think he's gonna get
You
over
think?
this. Like I don't know. I'm
I don't
just
know if it'd be
saying stuff.
another show.
But I just
Put
really
him on a
hope.
perfect match. Imagine
I know. I just really hope he'll
find his person.
He finds his person, and I'm rooting for him as a
and like
human
because
being.
I did not blame him for wanting to write a prenup with her because their lives were so different, so materialistic,
Yeah.
and he was just full of doubts. But like even like the speech he wrote for her at the we got to talk about this though. Why the hell did he give her earrings?
The earrings was the only fault with Freddie.
Was the big fault for him, and like
he just shouldn't have done that.
Even when he talked about it on the reunion, it still didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I was still like, so
why?
Why? And he never
like,
really explained it.
Was kind of like a do or don't thing. Like if I did, then it would do this. If I didn't, I would do that.
No,
but also, you could have just not done it.
You just didn't have to do it.
Like he just gave her false hope, unfortunately.
But
yeah, but he like had the most immaculate speech ever at the wedding. I don't know what it was, but I was just like, damn, Freddie, you were so good with your work.
And they're the only couple I think that are on good terms. They hugged afterwards. They're like, we want to stay friends. Like we're gonna be friends, and just very, very mature of Freddie. We see a lot of men on reality TV that are just cowards. Don't really accept where they're at in their lives. Just kind of do things, give excuses. Freddie is one of those men that isn't like that.
No.
And actually is very genuine, and it shows through even an overly produced show.
I mean, he really handled the whole breakup, I think, as well as you possibly could. The whole way it happened. It just, I think it went as well as it could, and she's lucky for that. She's lucky that because I feel like she must have learned something from being with him. You know what I mean?
I think,
and hopefully she'll take what went wrong and put it right with whatever relationship she ends up in next.
Who knows? That's everyone, right? And then they announced at the very end that there's going to be a season 2. Which is very exciting.
Can't wait, but I hope they put some more drama in it next time.
Yeah, I think we need new hosts. I think Vanessa needs to do a little
Vanessa needs to give them some, some
tips.
Some tips and tricks.
But yeah, that's next week we have did you have any last thoughts with the reunion and Love is Blind?
What else?
We'll just be following up with Nicole and Benaiah, and hopefully they do well, and I guess Jasmine and Bobby. We're happy for you too.
Body Like a Dancer. I'm happy with that. I love that song.
Yeah. Wow. We did everything.
It.
Wow.
Woo, child. I will say we were trying to do our best to push through this one. I can't speak.
Really hard. This has been a really hard week. We didn't really give any updates on what we've been doing, but I've been intensely dealing with a lot of things that I will soon unfold. This is so vague, but I will soon unfold all of the drama at some given point because I have so much to say about what's happening in my life. But reality TV has a precedence on everything.
Reality TV first before our own lives.
Listen, reality TV first before our own lives. We'll hopefully give a nice update next week if you guys even
for our true listeners who really love us. But yeah, if you do love us, subscribe, leave a comment down below, follow us on all our social media, Instagram, TikTok. Hopefully I can put some more reels out. It's been hard times. It's been hard in these streets.
Hard times.
Okay. But yeah, that's basically it, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Bye.